Lots been made about this Nicholls passing game, just the fact that they have, returning quarterback. Have you noticed anything? I know it's a year-old tape, but have you noticed anything in terms of the running game that might kind of give you a little bit of fits?
Oh yeah, I mean they have three really good running backs, and they got they got a guy that's Bussy who transferred from A&M, who's kind of the second guy, and they have number one who's the starting guy, and then they have number 28 who's the big guy, who they need a couple yards, they're gonna give him the ball. So they have some really good running backs, and they have offensive line is new. But the thing that helps offensive linemen are really good running backs and a running quarterback. So, I think that they run the quarterback. That's always a challenge when you face a team that quarterback is a viable option to run the football. He adds another dimension to the equation. So we have to we had to prepare for all of it, and then he can hurt you getting outside the pocket, scrambling and throwing down the field. So their run game is really good. I'm very concerned about their running game because they have some really good weapons in the backfield.
The offensive line was kind of right where I was going next with that. I think it's 4 new starters maybe, and I know that they probably know the system. They know what they're doing on that side, but does that give you guys a little bit of an edge? Hey, these are inexperienced linemen that haven't been necessarily starters for a while, and you guys have an experienced front four there.
Yeah. Well, you can look at it one of two ways. You can look at it like they've had a lot of opportunity to look at our guys and study our guys because we got a lot of guys that have played a lot, so they can see them on tape. They don't have a lot of film for those guys because they hadn't played that much, so our guys don't really know them as well. But we should have an advantage just because of the experience of our group. They still have some good players. They moved some guys around. They moved a defense. I mean, they moved They got a transfer tight end in from LSU. They moved the tight end to offensive line. They moved their guard to tackle. And they had a tackle that kind of played some backup role. He's starting. They moved the guard who was the only starter. They moved him to center. So they've moved some pieces around, and it's going to be at first it's going to take us a while to get used to who we're going against. That's always the first game. You got to make sure that you're ready, but then there are some things that are going to happen in the game that you got to adjust to. So I think our guys are experienced enough to do that, and so I'm excited for the first game.
You've had a few season openers in your career. Does it still feel the same sense of excitement though?
Oh yeah, you still get excited. And when I stop getting excited, then I'll stop doing it. But it is fun. The college football, the opening of college football has always been I've always enjoyed it when I was a player, when I was a little kid, and now that I'm a coach, it's still the same. Get the same feeling.